A massive wax candle at the entrance is not just a symbol of life, but also a tool for shedding light on history. Tribes of Scythians and Sarmatians lived in the area of modern Ukraine before Kyivan Rus was established. In the mid-10th century, it was ruled by Olha of Kyiv. Wise and formidable Princess Olha ruled Kyivan Rus over 1,000 years ago. She is known for reforming the tax system and becoming the first Christian in Kyiv. Further on, there is Sviatoslav.
Prince Sviatoslav's fortress was located on the Danube. They planned a campaign against Byzantium. Sviatoslav was the most courageous and the greatest warrior of Kyivan Rus. In 10 years, he traveled 12,000 kilometers and founded an empire stretching from the Baltic and Caspian Seas to the Mediterranean. He did not lose a single battle.
Next is the story of Grand Duke Volodymyr and the baptism of Rus, as well as the era of King Danilo of Halych. The sculptors consulted historians and studied a range of scientific works to recreate their images. Every figure is an exquisite work. It took the sculptors from 1 to 3 months to create them. Their artificial skin has pores, wrinkles, and even freckles. The hair on the sculptures is also real.
Donors gave us hair. It is real. Eyes are made of prostheses like those used by people. Some figures even have nose hair.
This section covers the period from the Middle Ages to the Cossack time. Cossacks did not just fight against Turks and Tatars, they were also the most skilled warriors in Europe at that time. 7-year-old Ivan really likes their clothes and sabers and says the figures look real.
Most of all, I liked Hetman Ivan Vyhovsky. We filmed a movie about Cossacks at our club, and I played Vyhovsky.
His father is delighted with the new museum.
I am impressed. Honestly, they put together the puzzles of our history, starting from the establishment of our nation. I'm glad that our children will be brought up in a proper way. This little Russian syndrome will be squeezed out at last, because we are Ukrainians, and our history is not 28 years old, but several millennia. Why didn't they create this museum when I was a child?
About 100 people can visit the museum in 1 hour. Some of them walk around several times, as it takes a lot of time to see everything and to take a picture with each sculpture.
This is incredible. I've seen such an exhibition for the first time in my life. You feel like you're in a different era when you're here. You can feel a different spirit in each room. It's important that people can feel their roots here.
The Museum of the Formation of the Ukrainian Nation is the first in Ukraine to combine history with modern technologies. Information can be read from touchscreens, and some figures can even talk.
Our museum wants to show people who we are using the latest technologies, because not all of them will read books. But knowing history is very important. After all, Ukrainians are a great nation. Only in this way we can change ourselves and our country.
Among the most popular figures are philosopher Grigory Skovoroda, as well as poets Taras Shevchenko and Lesa Ukrayinka. Almost every visitor takes pictures with Taras Shevchenko. Here, Taras Shevchenko is not dressed in a hat and sheepskin coat, and there's no sadness in his eyes. He does not look the way he looks in textbooks. He is well-dressed and smiles. Ukrainian scientists are also here, as well as modern soldiers who take part in Russia's undeclared war on Ukraine. One of the rooms is a trench. Almost everything here resembles the front line. There are Ukrainian soldiers and beds, as well as children's drawings hanging on the walls, shelves with food and ammunition. And via this phone, you can even listen to conversations between soldiers and their relatives. The museum is open every day. Tickets cost about $8. Reported by Anastasia Fedchenko for UATV.